Hi friends, this is Evangeline. I'm one of the Executive Director in ACCSYS India. Now this video is mainly to explain the multiple ID concept of ACCSYS India. To get a membership in ACCSYS India, you can place a single ID or 3 IDs or 7 IDs. 7 IDs which is generally called as a family ID plan. So we will see what is the benefit of placing multiple IDs. So for the same work you do, your income varies based on the number of IDs you place. This is like creating a strong basement to get a maximum income out of it. So now we will see the plan of a single ID first, and then let me explain you 3 ID concept as well as 7 ID concept. Now let's go with a single ID plan. If you are placing a single ID, naming as U1, okay? So now you are going to refer 8 of your friends. So as you know, we will place the IDs on left and right side. Now we will place 8 friends, 4 friends on your left side and 4 friends on your right side. Okay. Now based on the package your friend is choosing, your PVs will be taken for income calculation. So they can either choose 60 PV package or 100 PV package. Now for example, you take as your friend is choosing a 100 PV package. So 4 of your friends also choosing the 100 PV packages, okay? So on your left side, there will be a total of 400 PV done, right? And the same on your right side also. So for the first ID U1, you will get an income of 4,000 rupees for that week. Now this is the single ID plan. So you are referring 8 friends and you are getting an income of 4,000 for single ID. Okay. Now the company has a policy like for a single PAN card, you can even plug in 3 IDs. So let's see how can we place 3 IDs. U1 is your ID and on your left side as U2 and on your right side as U3. So now this is the 3 ID concept. Now you take the same example that you are referring only 8 of your friends. Now we are not doing extra work as you are placing 3 IDs. You are not going to do any extra work. You are going to refer the same 8 friends. Now how can you place them? Like for the first ID, there is no work to be done because on your left side U2 and on your right side U3 is your same IDs of your own, right? So you can place 8 friends below them, like 2 of them on your left side of second ID and 2 of them on your right side of second ID. And then 2 of them on left side of third ID and 2 of them on right side of third ID. So now how the income will be calculated? So you are choosing a 100 PV package itself. So for the U2, this ID, you will have 200 PV and this 200 PV. So matching 200 PV, you will get 2,000 rupees income for U2 ID. And then for U3 ID, you are getting the same income, right? So 200 PV this side, 200 PV this side. So 2,000 rupees on your U3 ID. So for top ID, as you calculate, you have total of this 200, 200 and plus 100. So total of 500 PV done. The same thing on this side. So for the top ID, you will have an income of 5,000. Okay, so now calculate for the U1 you have 5,000 and for U2 you have 2,000 and for U3 you have 2,000. So total you can make up income of 9,000 for 3 ID plans. Here you are referring a same 8 friends, but the ID placement is different, right? So for 3 ID plan you are getting an income of 9,000. So yes, now let's see either smart way to get maximum income, okay, with a 8 friends itself. So let's see your 7 ID plan, which is generally called as family ID. You can either place with your name or you can choose your father's, mother's or husband, wives or your 8 children's name itself. So you can place with their names as like this. U1 is your ID, U2 is your ID, U3 is also yours and this 2 also yours only. This is U4, U5, U6 and U7. Now you take the same example, you are going to refer 8 friends. So now how can we place them? Like on the top ID, you have already the pairing U2 and U3 and for U2 you have U4 and U5. For U3 you have U6 and U7. These pairings are done. So we are going to work for the below 4 IDs only. Automatically the top 3 IDs is going to get income out of it. So now we will place one of them here and one of them here. The same way you fill all the IDs. The same 8 friends are placed like this. Okay. So now let's calculate the income possibility. So now for the U4 ID, there is 100 PV on left side and 100 PV on right side. So the U4 ID will get the payment of 1000. The same will be for U5 as well, 1000 rupees, and U6 also will get 1000 rupees. U7 also will get 1000 rupees. So let me note it here. U4, U5, U6, U7, all the 4 IDs are getting a payment of 1000 rupees. Now let's see U2 ID. If you split like this, here there is 100 PV, 100 PV, 100 PV. So total of 300 PV. On the right side also there is a 300 PV done. So total of U2 will get a payment of 3000 rupees. The same is calculated for U3 as well. Here there is 100 PV and here 100, here 100. So there is a matching of 300 PV. U3 also is getting a payment of 3000 rupees. So now let's go to the top ID. So top ID, left side you see just U2 ID is there here on 100 PV. So here on 100, 100, 100. U5 has 100, 100. 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is a 700 PV on left side. The same 700 PV will be on right side. So the U1 will have the payment of 7000 rupees, right? So total, if you calculate how much it is coming, 13,000, 14, 15, 17,000. So the same 8 friends, you are getting the payment of 17,000 rupees with the 7 ID plan. Okay. So we also have a ceiling amount, right? So for the single ID, there is a ceiling amount of 60,000. So if you plan to go with single ID, you will get a maximum income only 60,000 per week. There is no possibility to get more than that. So if you go with 3 ID plan, there is a ceiling amount possibility of 1,80,000, right? 60,000 into 3. So if you go with 7 ID plan, for per week itself, you will have a ceiling amount of 4,20,000. So this is a smart plan that is existing in Access India. For the same work you do, you get a maximum income. Okay. So make use of it. Yes, finally, as a famous quote says, like, you can't have a great building on a weak foundation. Just create a strong basement with Access India and like earn a smart income out of it. All the very best. Thank you so much.